check it out. What's up everybody, Super Diverks fan here for another weekly update. So weekly update 23 is mostly all kinds of new BRZ and 86 and FR-S news. So I just want to jump straight into that news portion because that's where all the juicy stuff is this week, and then I'll come back here and do the rest of the update video. Right, so for this week's news, everything this week has to do with the Toyota 86/FR-S/BRZ. There really wasn't a whole lot to talk about otherwise in the automotive realm this week. So I'm going to get to the biggest, juiciest story that we've heard about the FR-S in a while. So the first thing here is the Sydney Morning Herald, which is an Australian newspaper. They apparently did an interview with Mr. Tada, who is the project manager, like the leader for the whole 86 project with the BRZ, the FR-S, and Toyota 86. And they did this very, very interesting interview with him, and he said all kinds of interesting stuff in this. I don't know. I mean, I hope this is 100% credible and everything. This was an established big newspaper that reported this. But there's so many good chunks of information in here, I almost doubt whether or not this is true. But so the first thing they said is that they're planning to do a mid-cycle refresh, which everyone kind of assumed it's going to have probably slightly tweaked styling, and it's just going to be a mid-model refresh like you see on most cars. And they're saying it's going to be in 2015. Now, I'm not sure if that's the 2015 model year or the 2015 actual year, which would be a 2016 model. I am inclined to believe it's a 2016 just so they can, like, you know, squeeze as many sales out of the pre-refreshed, you know, FR-S that they can. But anyway, so in 2015, they're saying that they're going to do a power increase. That's one of the things they're going to do. And they said that they have evaluated all of the options for how to increase the power in this car, and that's something they're actively working on. And they say there's several 86 prototypes at the Toyota Proving Grounds right now, including one with a turbocharger, one that's bigger displacement, and one that has a special hybrid system. And the special hybrid system we've heard about a while ago. It's not big heavy batteries, it's a Le Mans style CARES system where it has like an overboost function similar to the Honda CRZ that I reviewed, that, you know, I was mentioning that in that review. So basically it would be a little like NOS button almost to give you a little boost of power, which would be really cool. So they're just debating all these different ideas. They're probably saying they're going to go with bigger displacement though, because that way you don't ruin the handling dynamics of the car. It still is the same experience, just bigger displacement. So they're thinking about boring out the 2-liter motor to 2.5 liters, and they're saying the increased power will be from 147 kilowatts to 190 kilowatts. So that's a pretty good bump in power, and so that would be amazing if they did that, because it would still have the same dynamics. It would just be a little bit more powerful. So that's really cool, but it's awesome too to hear that they're actually testing turbochargers and, you know, these awesome CARES systems and things like that. So going to be exciting, but I mean, again, those of you who might just be like, oh, I want to wait for the 2015 model year. This might not be, probably it sounds like, till the 2015 year, so 2016 model year. So for everyone that's like holding out for like a more powerful version of the car, buy one now, tinker with it in the aftermarket, and then sell it whenever the refreshed version comes out. I mean, I'm going to keep my BRZ, I love it, and I'm hoping the BRZ gets all these upgrades that the 86 is going to get as well. And it's very likely that I'll probably trade up for the refreshed model, you know, in 2015. Also, Tada was talking about that they're already developing a concept for a successor to the 86, and that it's probably going to be radically different, not going to have a boxer engine, which means they're probably not going to be working with Subaru on it, or Subaru's just going to be okay with not having a boxer motor in this car. In this new version that's going to be, this is after the mid-cycle refresh, so we're talking 10 years from now or whenever this car comes out. It's going to be radically different, they say, and so that's going to be interesting too. And another thing was Tada tweeted to, apparently there was a tweet out there that said that all the rumors about there not being a convertible 86 anymore, that was just a concept and they decided to go against that. That those rumors are false, and that they're actually going to be coming out with a new 86 open concept like the one you saw before, but it's going to be a different concept, and it's going to be coming at Tokyo. I don't know if that's going to be a BRZ convertible possibly, or if it's just going to be a more production-ready version of the convertible. I mean, the convertible concept they showed already, the open concept, that looks extremely production-ready. Like, they could put that into production tomorrow, and so I'm not sure why they're showing another concept, but as some of you may remember, whenever the FT86 concepts were coming out one after another, there was, you know, multiple revisions, and they were teasing this thing forever. So this might just be like another convertible concept, except in a different color or something, because they've been known to do things like that. But so look forward to Tokyo Motor Show here in the end of November, a new 86 convertible concept coming out as well. So Tada's just full of good information that he's just spilling right now. So like I said, I hope it's all credible. And the last news I want to talk about as far as the BRZ is concerned is the confirmed BRZ changes. Now, thanks to commenters Stargate and Solo Productions for pointing this out, and I read this before, but I wanted to wait until it was actually like confirmed and more solid information. But so the confirmed changes for the 2014 BRZ is basically they're going to have a new head unit in it that's going to have AHA radio, which is a pretty gimmicky, pointless thing in my opinion. It's also going to have new rear badging. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but new badges in the rear. It's going to have red stitched knee pads and on the center console and on the door panels. And the rest of the world gets those already, and those are available through various aftermarket, you know, sources. You can buy those, you know, JDM parts, but those are going to be on the US version now, which is nice. It gives a little bit more of an upscale look instead of just the hard plastic that I have in those places right now on my BRZ. And so those are the only like improvements, and the only other two changes are just in production. They're discontinuing Galaxy Blue Silica, which is the slightly darker blue that they had for the BRZ, and they're, you know, because obviously the World Rally Blue Pearl that I have is far and away the most popular blue color, so apparently they're discontinuing the Galaxy Blue. Also, they're discontinuing the premium automatic model, so you only have 3 models to choose from now. You can get the base premium model with a manual, or if you want an automatic, you have to get a limited BRZ now, which might disappoint a lot of people, and I think it would kind of limit the sales prospects, because I just don't understand. I mean, they're already set up to produce an automatic base model, so why get rid of it unless no one at all was interested in it? But I don't know. That was an interesting move on my part. I'm not sure why they would get rid of that model and force everyone that wants an automatic to get a limited model, but that's what it looks like they're doing, so that's interesting. As far as the FR-S is concerned, I think all that's going to have is an option for a navigation system now if you want it, and I think it's also going to get the same upgrades to the knee pads and center console, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's basically all the news as far as the 2014 changes are concerned. No power increases, no new look or anything like that. I mean, this is only the second model year, so I'm surprised we're even getting those adjustments. So yeah, that's it for all the news about the BRZ FR-S 86 this week. Tons of good info, so definitely interested to hear what you think about all that stuff in the comments below. But anyway, I'll send it back to me in the car for the rest of the update. Alright, so that's all the big crazy BRZ news. So the one other thing I want to talk about is something that's news related, but it was from a few weeks ago, and one of the viewers, Vivario, you asked me to talk about the 370Z price change, and that's something worth talking about for sure, so that's why I want to talk about it now. The Nissan guys just announced that they dropped the price of the 370Z by like $3,130 or something like that. So now the starting price of a base 370Z is below $30,000. It's like $29,990 or something. And everyone's like flipping out and like saying how awesome that is that it's now so cheap. And that is pretty awesome news. The only thing is, like in 2009 when the 370Z first came out, that was the starting price. It was like $29,900 and something, and it just so happens that over the past few years that price has kept going up and up and up, so that now it was starting at like $33,000 or something like that, and now they're dropping it right back down to $3,000. I mean, they've made improvements over the past few years. It's a little slick because it's starting to rain, so it's even more fun than normal. But anyway, so yeah, so I mean, it's nice that 370Z is finally getting back the attractive price point that it originally was supposed to have, and it's a great value though, seriously. I mean, because I paid, this is a fully loaded, you know, it's a limited BRZ, and out the door after taxes and everything, I paid right around $30,000 for this, and I still would take this over a 370Z myself. But if I were to get another sports car and someone said you can't get a BRZ or an FR-S, I would get a 370Z. That's how much I like them. If you want something that feels similar to this car, but you don't want this car because it's either too slow or you just don't like the way it looks or whatever, 370Z is really similar. My friend had a 370Z for a couple of years, and I got to drive it on multiple occasions, and every time I drove it, I loved it. I loved driving it. The steering was just as sharp as it is in this car. The brakes, the pedals, I mean, everything was perfectly placed. Everything felt extremely sharp and tight. It felt a tiny bit heavier, but that really, it masked it well. It didn't really feel like a heavy car at all. It felt very small, very agile, and it had great power. I mean, you have the nice big torquey V6 in that car. It gives off a great sound, tons of power. It gives you the straight line speed you're looking for. The Synco rev match downshifts that automatically rev matches your downshifts. That was the first car to do anything like that back in 2009, and that was a really cool feature, and it works flawlessly. I loved it. I really loved everything about the 370Z. I thought the styling was really nice and everything. I really like the 370Z, and a lot of you have been asking me to review a 370Z, and unfortunately my friend doesn't have his anymore, but as soon as I get a 370Z that I can review, I will absolutely review one. But for those of you that were just curious my thoughts on the 370Z, those are my thoughts. So it's an excellent car. If you want to stay Japanese, but you don't want to get something like, but you don't want to get this, but you want something similar, 370Z is definitely the ticket. So thanks, Vivoria, for asking me 2 weeks in a row to talk about that. I'm glad I was able to finally get around to talking about it. Thank you for the suggestion. So the last little thing I want to mention before I go here is I asked on the Subaru WRX Fan Facebook page yesterday what you guys think about me doing vlog videos. I mean, because these weekly updates seem to be really popular. You guys love watching these videos. They're the most popular videos I upload every week normally. So I want to, try and go more down this route and kind of see, what it is you guys want to see. And the majority of people so far have said that they want to see like any kind of vlogs, whether it's car related or uncar related, as long as it's entertaining or funny or cool in some way. I'll definitely be interested in trying to share my life with you guys more and some of the stuff that I'm doing. And so yeah, but if you have any ideas or specific requests for vlogs you want me to do, or anything you're curious about seeing, let me know, and I'd love to start doing more vlog videos, and I think that'd be really cool to do. But let me know, and if you don't want to see any vlog videos and you want me to get back to like supercar accelerations and stuff like that, nothing else, let me know that too. I just want to give you guys whatever it is you want to see. So you tell me what you want to see, and I'll try and make it happen, as always. So anyway, I'll leave you with a nice little acceleration like I always do here. And yeah, so I'll leave you guys with a nice little acceleration here. Mid-corner acceleration, no less. There you go. Love the way it sounds and feels. It's so exciting to drive this car fast. But anyway, guys, so there you go, and have a good week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Take care.